Hey everyone, welcome back. My name's Aerance. Before we get started today, I want to thank the Pokegods that Pokemon from the Sinnoh region have started trickling into our realm. I caught a Chimchar this morning, was really excited about it. Proud to say that that was my first catch of the day. So yeah, today we will be counting down creepy Pokemon. So I decided to make this a series, so we're doing one this week, one next week on Tuesday, and one the following week on Tuesday right before Halloween. So we're doing 5 each week. Today I'm counting down 5. I included 1 from the Kanto region, 1 that is my favorite, and 3 that are very Halloween. So the following videos will go in that fashion as well. The top position in this video was a tough decision. It was very tough. I had to choose between a favorite and one that truly had a creepy Pokedex entry. That being said, I'm going straight off from the Pokedex entries alone. Nothing from the anime or other lore is going to be included in this video. Strictly Pokedex. So before you go on thinking, oh, I'll never catch that one again, think again, because it might actually be better for you to catch it and keep these Pokemon off the street, and some of these Pokemon away from children. So first up on our list is Gourgeist. So Gourgeist is clearly a Halloween Pokemon. Look at it. So I'm going to be reading 2 Pokedex entries, the first one being not as bad as the second one. So the first Pokedex entry is from X, and it goes, "Singing in eerie voices, they wander town streets on the night of the new moon. Anyone who hears their song is cursed." That's not so bad, right? You're cursed. However, this next entry is not as heartwarming. This one's from X, and it goes, "It enwraps its prey in its hair-like arms. It sings joyfully as it observes the suffering of its prey." Wow. So what went from a cute Halloween pumpkin-y Pokemon is now something that loves to strangle you. Might want to think twice about adding that one to your party. So second on our list is Beignet. This one has a couple different Pokedex entries, and although some of them are worded very similar, there's a very particular reason why I'm reading all of them. So the first one is from Emerald, and this one goes, "An abandoned plush doll became this Pokemon. They are said to live in garbage dumps and wander about in search of the children that threw them away." And that is just in conjunction with this next one from Sapphire. "A cursed energy permeated the stuffing of a discarded and forgotten plush doll, giving it new life as Beignet. The Pokemon's energy would escape if it were to ever open its mouth." That's creepy, but it gets worse. In Ultra Moon, resentment at being cast off made it spring into being. Some say that treating it well will satisfy it, and it will once more become a stuffed toy. Oh, okay, that wasn't so bad. I guess there's a way to fight it. However, don't think about Mega Evolving it. Because also in Ultra Moon, if you Mega Evolve it, the entry reads as such: "Mega Evolution increases its vindictiveness, and the cursing power that was held back by its zipper comes spilling out." So yeah, all of that anger and resentment that it has towards their owners that threw them away is going to come out, and who knows what. I mean, it'd be great against, your opponent, but what if that type of energy affects you as well? We don't know. We may never know. I'm gonna stay the hell away from Beignet. So third on our list is Phantump. Cute little Halloween type Pokemon, right? I definitely jumped at getting this Pokemon first opportunity in the game. However, its Pokedex entries leave a very strange feeling in your stomach, especially when you really think about it. At first read, you're like, oh, okay, it's just a creepy Pokemon. But when you put a couple different entries together, things get a little terrible. So the first one's kinda mild. In Ultra Sun, it says, "By imitating the voice of a child, it causes people to get hopelessly lost in the deep forest. It's trying to make friends with them." We've all been there, we've all tried to make friends, this is just its way of making friends, right? Until you read the next entry, which is from Sun, which goes, "These Pokemon are stumps, possessed by the spirits of children who died in the forest. Their cries sound like eerie screams. So wait, didn't it just say that it lures you into the forest by imitating the sounds of children? After reading the second entry, I'm not so sure that's the case. Now I'm starting to think that it pretends to be a child to lure other children deep into the forest. They get lost, they die, and they possess stumps and become more Phantump. Wow. So basically, if you catch this Pokemon, you are catching a possessed stump that used to be a child. Yeah. Wow. So this next Pokemon, we've all had in our top 10, at least its evolutionary line, back in the days of Red, Blue, and Yellow. And it wasn't until Fire Red and Emerald came out that we started to realize that there's something more about this Pokemon that we didn't realize prior. So the next Pokemon is Kadabra, a middle evolutionary in the Alakazam evolutionary line. So this entry, the first one, comes from Fire Red, and it goes, "It happened one morning. A boy with extrasensory powers awoke in bed, transformed into a Kadabra." So it's a little chilling, but it gets worse. So in Emerald, it goes, "It is rumored that a boy with psychic abilities suddenly transformed into Kadabra while he was assisting research into extrasensory powers." So the thing that creeps me out about this entry is because the last entry said that it awoke in bed, transformed into a Kadabra, and now it is a boy with psychic abilities that was assisting research becomes a Kadabra. Was he assisting beyond his own will? And that's why he became a Kadabra? That's creepy. And then on top of that, Sun adds to it by saying, "A theory exists that this Pokemon was a young boy who couldn't control his psychic powers and ended up transformed into this Pokemon." So now that you get the full picture and you see all three of these entries, doesn't it make you think that this kid who had these powers he couldn't control was held captive against his will to assist in research, thus becoming a Kadabra to help defend his powers and his freedoms? It's a little creepy, but it also makes you think, are all Kadabra similar? Do kids just become Kadabra? It also makes you think, maybe younger kids become Abra, that their powers are still kind of sleeping and that's why it teleports to try and avoid you, only to wake up evolved during that phase as a Kadabra, not realizing that it had gone through a comatose state being Abra. Just putting that out there. So next time you want to catch an Abra or a Kadabra, because Alakazam is, worth having on your team, think about it. Your Pokemon may have been a child who couldn't control its psychic abilities. That's creepy. Imagine waking up and being a Kadabra tomorrow. That scared the crap out of me. So before I get into my top pick for this video, if you like this video, or you want to wait till the end of this video and you liked it, go ahead and hit like. If you want more videos like this from me, again, I'm doing another one next week and another one the following Tuesday before Halloween. Go ahead and hit subscribe. If you want to be alerted whenever I upload a video, which is 2 to 3 times a week, go ahead and ring that bell, and let's jump right into this. So last, but definitely not least, on our list is probably my favorite Pokemon. And I'm a huge Ghost Pokemon fan. I literally made a whole team of Ghost Pokemon in Ultra Sun. I'm obsessed. I have a problem. Hence why I'm making this list. And it was very hard for me to make this list and be like, don't choose all Ghost Pokemon. Because believe it or not, a lot of Ghost Pokemon, they don't have creepy Pokedex entries. We get the lore of ghosts. We get where ghosts come from, etc. It's not that creepy once you understand it. We've been desensitized, especially in this day and age. However, this next Pokemon is a Ghost Pokemon, and all of its Pokedex entries are terrible. And it should be first on my list on all 3 of these lists. However, I decided to put it on my first video because I couldn't help myself. That Pokemon is Drifloon. And shiny Drifloon is beautiful, just throwing that out there. So the first entry to add to the chill is from Pokemon Pearl. And it's funny because I played Diamond my first way through. So I didn't even see this Pokedex entry. I just thought Drifloon was a really cool concept for a Pokemon, not realizing that its Pokedex entries in other games were horrible. So in Pearl, it says, it tugs on the hands of children to steal them away. However, it gets pulled around instead. Okay, that's innocent enough. It is a balloon. It's getting pulled around by children. Whatever. Then we go into the Heart Gold and Soul Silver games. And in the Heart Gold and Soul Silver games, the Pokedex reads, it is whispered that any child who mistakes Drifloon for a balloon and holds on to it could wind up missing. Okay, so we're adding to the lore. We're making it subtly creepier. We're starting to kind of understand the Drifloon concept, right? So in order for you to grasp where I'm going with this Pokemon, we're going to jump quite a bit forward and go to Ultra Sun, where it states, its round body is stuffed with souls and expands each time it leads someone away. Okay, so it's getting bigger the more it takes people away. It's making you think, you know, where are these people going, right? So next we'll jump into Ultra Moon. Ultra Moon states, wandering souls gathered together to form this Pokemon. When trying to make friends with children, Drifloon grabs them by the hand. Okay, probably couldn't fit as much as it wanted to in that Pokedex entry, and that's why it's like very vague. So now in Sun, I know, this is quite a bit of Pokedex entries. I'm getting there. So in Sun, stories go that it grabs the hands of small children and drags them away to the afterlife. It dislikes heavy children. Okay, so it drags them away to the afterlife. Now, let's put together what we've heard so far. So, it tries to make friends with children. It ends up getting kind of pulled around. However, the smaller children, not the heavier children that it can pull around itself, drags them off to the afterlife. The children go missing. I'm starting to think that Drifloon consumes their souls, and that's why they're dragged off to the afterlife. And it gets bigger and bigger with each soul that it consumes. And it isn't until Moon that all of this kind of clicks. And in Moon's Pokedex entry, it says, if for some reason its body bursts, its soul spills out with a screaming sound. Probably the screams of all of the souls of the children that it has consumed. So, this Pokemon is amalgamation of a bunch of kidnapped children's souls. That's crazy. I know this shouldn't be my favorite Pokemon, it almost makes me sadistic, but it totally is for that reason, because it is so creepy and terrible, and it's in a Pokemon game that it's just astounding. But it's still my favorite. Don't judge me. So there are my picks. What'd you think? I have 10 more Pokemon to unveil. 5 next Tuesday and 5 the following Tuesday. And let me tell you, this video is creepy. The next 2 videos are going to be pretty dang creepy as well. So join me next time. Thanks for watching.